What is up YouTube? Welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. My name is Kirks, your favorite ranked 1 washed up Giga gamer, and for today we have something really special. First off, we have a top 1 Warwick gameplay from the Chinese server, and number 2, there's a skin code hidden in this video. That if you could just find it, you can just redeem it on their website, which is in the description below as well, and then you just own another skin. How is that sounding to you? Well, now with this, we hop over into the gameplay and we have a Warwick jungle shenanigans gameplay. So what is so special about Warwick? Warwick's jungle clear isn't even that bad that many people consider it even a thing. Many people believed it's not a good thing, however he clears relatively fast. Also, Warwick is one of the best skirmishes you can have, but he has usually one big problem. He is not the biggest carry you can get, because his kit would force him to run close and he doesn't really have that much of high burst damage, so he rather looks for sustained fights. But the issue is, with the current meta, that is a very difficult thing, because it's the league of one-shots. You either build 10k HP or you just die. But what makes Warwick so special? Warwick has one feature, the smelling feature, is second ability, that will globally mark people and grant you movement speed towards them if they are low enough. Utilizing this almost seems like it's a classic thing for a jungle. Because imagine a tool that would just automatically make you run faster to people you can gank. And now imagine that people, or laners, generally do not really pay much attention to their map, to an understanding, or maybe even don't know what Warwick does. And he can always just jump behind the enemy with his first ability. All it takes is a nicely placed first ability, but this time he will certainly die because the XIN ZHAO is here already on time. XIN ZHAO's jungle clear is also nothing to scoff at, so it could be potentially a very big problem. When it comes to items, we see in the bottom left we have Trinity Force. Trinity Force nowadays is doing multiple things at once. First off, if you have high base AD, this item is very good, but also it provides you with additional HP. And in this League of One-Shot, having any type of additional HP makes your life substantially more bearable. And not dying is a lot better than just randomly dying, you know? But yeah, with all this out of the way, what are the other items we have here? We have plated steel caps, given that the enemy team is heavily physical-centric, and then we have on-hit items. With Blade of the Rune King, as well as Terminus, we have so much bonus damage. But there's one thing that I don't think is something you should have this game. I don't think that GA is going to provide you with more than, for example, I believe Death Stance potentially would. Because if the enemy team outside of Veiga is mainly physical, nice ultimate here, the movement speed bonus extends the jump range, he pops the shield, like the damage mitigation of his roar ability, and just goes for a quick little dive here, but with a heavy investment. They could have just let one live and be happy with it, but they just wanted too much. And now the XIN ZHAO, he auto-casted, oh no, just as the Warwick disappeared into the brush, the XIN ZHAO pressed his charge. Oh no, oh no, the Jinx ultimate. Nah, that just didn't happen. But yeah, the enemy jungler seems to be very much on the proactivity, just looking for proactive plays, looking for things to make happen, and Warwick is getting a little bit carried away so far. But when it comes to items again, Guardian Angel, in a solo queue context, how likely is it that it's going to be saving you? Like, the enemy cooldowns will simply be up again, and you will die by the time you respawn. How about an item that will allow you to streak, which is, for example, well, Death Stance, if the enemy team is predominantly physical. Looking for an ultimate angle, goes in with the ultimate, has his third ability also channeled, so he takes less damage while chomping at people. Very important mechanic to keep in mind. Also utilizing your first ability as you basically latch onto somebody, and if you just let go when you press it for a longer period of time, you'll come out behind the enemy, and then if you have fear activated, you'll make them run towards your team. They also can't run away with flashes, because if you do it perfectly, you will just go after them when they flash, or any type of movement ability. So for the last item, here we have a Starix Gauge, granting him even more tankiness, because he has already 30 Force, which grants HP, he has Plated Steel Caps, which also grant HP, and then obviously the Starix Gauge will provide him with even more HP, as well as a big portion of an anti-burst shield based on his bonus HP. For the other choices that we have here, since he's playing with the Ghost, we have a Nimbus Cloak. Just gotta run fast, brother. Just gotta run fast. But yeah, now going for the Herald, the XIN ZHAO makes an appearance as well here. Uses the Fear mechanic to just get the least damage possible because of damage mitigation. Then jumps to Warwick to make sure that he can't fight back. And he just completely clears him. A perfectly played Warwick in a 1v1 scenario is an absolute demonic existence, but the moment you leave the 1v1 scenario and you go for multiple people, things get really problematic because your damage mitigation might be active for quite some time, yes, but you're still a melee champion that has to reach somehow, and if your only tool is ult to reach or running at people, then it's usually not the best champion, especially if you only have single target damage. Look, he's running at them, he got her killed, but look how much damage he took in the meantime. He gets the kill, ooh, he didn't get the, oh no, 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 Warwick. Okay. Oh, that's a kill, right? No, Zoe, she auto-attacked the turret. Oh no, that's XIN ZHAO. Chomp the minion, chomp. Very cool stuff, by the way. If you lost hit a minion with your first ability, you get 50% or something of cooldown reset. Doesn't work on monsters though, would be amazing. But yeah, Warwick's sustain is demon-like, as you see. It's very difficult to contest this though. Gotta regen up quite a bit. Veiga completely denies the existence of Warwick with just the cage, as you see, like a wild animal is getting caged. Classic. So yeah. Very big issue here, so he can't really do anything about this. He also has like 3,500 gold in his pockets. Doesn't really matter that he lost the dragon, but now not much will be happening. Pulls these camps together to make sure that he can do both at the same time, saving some extra time. And how are you guys feeling, by the way, about the recent patch? Like, I think, yes, it does go into the right direction, but the entire theme is still ruined from my perspective. I've played a lot more jungle games, like I just locked in jungle and it's like basically the MVP, SVP, 1k GPM at least simulator. It's very annoying, very frustrating, and very boring to just constantly one-shot people, but it's just a way to climb. And champions like, for example, Echo and Yone are so unbelievably crazy. Also Talon. Like, all of these champions are demon champions. And if anything, Yone is so much more fun, and Echo is so much better. Look at the range. And he has Blade in base, quickly chomped alive, making sure he can't utilize his shielding thanks to the fear. Now picks up the Blade of the Rune King. He has very high damage, but you see his HP bar isn't really that high. Honestly, you know what I'm debating recently? If you even want to go Overgrowth anymore, not just go full raw damage and pray. I've been running the Resolve tree on Lilia. I like it, but it still feels like so much effort to just kill people in game. On the hunt. Oh, it's so difficult to play. Nice ultimate avoiding the Janna Tornado. More luck than anything probably, but still. Oh wait, no. Warwick in this game was... Yeah, Warwick in this game was unstoppable when he ults. He needs to land to be stopped. Oh, mistake. I don't recall. That's so much damage with the power of PTA as well. But yeah, usually it's very difficult to play Warwick into a Janna, regardless of the mechanic working as I previously said or not. Because the moment Warwick appears next to anyone, number one, it's a straightforward skill shot, so you can utilize your Veil, which basically turns Warwick's ultimate useless. And if you just run at people, then Janna just uses one of her tornadoes, her ultimate, anything to just peel. So you see, it should be very much impossible for the enemy team to lose into Warwick if Warwick is the only and single threat. Because the Janna will make enough space. So the question is, will the Janna, and like look at all the champions, they have a Set, they have a Janna, they have a Veigar. How is the Warwick allowed to be like the carry? Like, how can he carry this game? How is it possible? How does he find the openings to get this done? Typical mid lane shenanigans, running it down for the funsies of it. Having another full item in base. Here now going for the terminus instead of the wit's end, unless he picks up the QSS. Yeah, very nice choice. QSS, a very, very important choice this game, because he doesn't want to be yeeted away by the set or knocked away or stopped by the Veigar cage. Without QSS, this game becomes impossible. So one of the things he has done now is allowing him to have another chance by completely making himself vulnerable to CC for a brief moment in time, thanks to the power of QSS. Pops the second ability to spot the enemy in the fog or war, then uses the blood trail to just go after, uses the damage protection to survive the burst of the set, but afterwards, as you see, as it wears off, he just gets one-shot by the XIN ZHAO. There was nobody else even involved anymore. That is specifically the issue of Warwick, and why it's so difficult for Warwick as a champion to carry. What is Yasuo doing? Classic Yasuo. So this is one of the biggest issues for that kind of behavior, to say the least. XIN ZHAO is also such a demon champion, like I really don't know what Riot is cooking. As I said, I think having Death Stance somewhere in this build will be a lot easier for you to carry the game, because you will take less burst damage, as well as getting a big chunk of extra healing if you just get to that one kill. And achieving one kill is very likely. And then this will help you streak. Nice catch here onto the Jinx. Goes after him, runs like demon speed. And this will probably secure this dragon. Smite coming up very soon again. Set walking in. Janna also in the forefront. Gets slapped. Somebody blocking. Yep. Veigar cage being placed down. Very, very late secure on the dragon here. XIN ZHAO isn't even at the scene. Another sleep hits the Janna. Janna will certainly fall. He gets bubbled as well. Pops the ult, but still falls. I don't know why they tried to contest this dragon. It's just so pointless. Now another one dies. And they all just died for the fun of a stupid dragon. And this just showcases, again, that people are crazed for these funny lizards. Even though the gold they just gave over to the enemy is probably worse than anything else that could have happened. Because gold is kinda nice, and if you can't make sure that you get this soul, especially with the way the fight already developed earlier, you should just not go for it. Warwick on the hunt looking, it looks like Jhin ulti popping up sometimes. Going for a little trap here, now looking for another play, going for mid priority, and after taking mid priority, either going back to the enemy jungle camps, pillaging enemy jungle camps, rotating around the map with the team, giving over the blue buff to the Zoe, Gromp not spawning, but now taking the bot lane wave, and then it's very likely that he goes back to his bot side jungle, and gets some extra gold. Until he, well, after he cleared the next wave, of course. XIN ZHAO going for a big play onto the Kalista. Kalista can just hop away until the next charge of the XIN ZHAO comes up. XIN ZHAO has to ult early to just mitigate the damage incoming. Gets blown up, gets the kill. Kalista needed to be a little bit, needed to play this a little different. Can they cancel the XIN ZHAO? Yep, they get the XIN ZHAO, which means they can now get Baron Nashor. Very difficult for champions like XIN ZHAO unless they one-shot the Kalista to get on the Kalista, similar to, for example, Tryndamere. Jinx now getting too close, this Warwick can immediately jump onto the Jinx if required. Veigar doesn't have the AP yet to steal this objective. Ult being popped here, going in, going for the combo. Yasuo also in the backline, now the Veigar is on the run, Set is also at the scene. The sustain is relatively high from Warwick, now Set is trying to play for time. Yasuo hits him with the knockup, another bubble connects. The Baron is doing too much damage, he needs to be really careful. If the Haymaker doesn't connect with the true damage portion, 1 HP, he has to look for something. It wouldn't have surprised me, like, honestly speaking, if he knew that he wouldn't die, cool, but if he didn't know if he would die, he probably had to walk up and smite Baron for HP. I think that would have probably been the best possible play if he didn't know if he would die. Ults, okay, so he's immune while jumping, okay, we got that all the way. And catches the Veigar off guard. But again, like, even if, for example, he goes into the front line and hits someone, if there's a veil and if Veigar places down the cage behind him, there will be no follow-up. And then again, what are we gonna accomplish? Sarek's Gage is in the base now. 15 kills, 2 deaths, and 4 assists strong. Ooh, no, he, as a build tells us, he actually goes for Guardian Angel, picking up some extra armor and a second life. Xerx's Gauge or DD would not have been bad. Veigar seems like not a threat this game at all, and just the burst damage of enemy champions in the physical department is very, very scary. Also, if he could make sure to sidestep the Haymaker offset every single time, he would basically take barely any damage from the Haymaker innocent of burst, and once he gets a kill, which is very likely as you've seen so far, he gets a big chunk of HP back. XIN ZHAO is zooming around here, looking for a potential play. Veigar Cage being placed down, gets them. The XIN ZHAO steals the blue buff away. Sleep connects onto somebody, I think? No, it doesn't, or at least not in vision. Now they use the mid priority they have to just quickly take a Scuttle Crab and then look for another potential Baron play, but there's a massive wave top lane that needs to be dealt with eventually, whereas the Dragon is completely worthless. Kalista is playing side lane AD carry, used Exhaust super early, so she doesn't have another tool of defense, and this was a free Baron, by the way. I do not know why they just rotate down here when this was a free Baron, but now he just gets knocked around, gets the first kill, his team collapses beautifully, Nami hits as well with a nice bubble, and the Yasuo is really carrying his own weight, but now he's caged like a cute little animal, but there is a wind wall, so it doesn't matter. Like, there's a lot of hive mind activity, there's a lot of like, just going in. Like, I really wish, even though, obviously speaking, right, the macro shown is not supreme, like, it's not pristine, but at least everyone is following, and following a bad play is indefinitely better than just being AFK. And you can win a lot easier with people just simply following these plays. Nice bubble by the Nami. Yasuo even going for the ult to make even more time. He gets put into the GA and the XIN ZHAO steals the Baron. Oh no, this is such a tragic situation. He got one-tapped by the Veigar Cage. And this is so painful. The Veigar is such an annoying creature. And don't forget, by the way, in case you haven't seen the code already or the code comes later, who knows where I'll put him, or put it, make sure, check the description below how to redeem it. It's just a link, you just have to log in and redeem it. It's typical Riot stuff. And then you have a random skin chest, by the way. But it's only for one person, so gotta be fast, or you'll be in pain. Dragon spawning in roughly 30 seconds. He has Xerx's Gauge in the base. It will allow him to break free from CC, also making him a lot tankier. Has QSS, has everything available in the books of his. So the next fight is going to be a lot easier. Oh, he sees the top wave. He's not very happy about the state of it. And this wave will not be enough. If this wave is pushed, I think it's not going to be enough because the next wave is already incoming on the opposing side, so yeah. So it will still be the similar issue as it was before, but Elder has been spawned, so he couldn't stay any longer on that side lane. Crown being procced off Veigar, so there's a possible play available now if the enemy makes a mistake. Looks for a play, spots the Veigar, griefing by splitting apart. That's the only thing the Veigar was not allowed to do. Now the formation is broken. A big major tool is now taken away from the enemy for zone control. And now the only way they can realistically play the game is Set ulting in. There he goes in, but the Warwick is already in the backline. The formation is completely broken apart, and this will be definitely the end for them. But no, they're actually turning this around. Zoe is running, XIN ZHAO is trying his best. Okay, but it feels so painful. No, he's looking for the XIN ZHAO. He finds the XIN ZHAO. No enemies alive, so running him down is the best possible play because nobody's gonna steal the Elder. And you already know, in your typical solo queue games, they would just leave Elder. Like yesterday I had a game. I killed 4 people. 4, okay? And my bot lane, collectively 0 and 20, chooses to go for a mid lane tower instead of Baron. They got mid lane tier 2 instead of Baron, and then we couldn't do it anymore. Isn't that funny? That's like every game in Europe. It's amazing. Getting down the mid lane inhibitor next to shit already not being a thing anymore this late into the game. Warwick has too much gold in his inventory, should definitely sell his GA. Don't think it's gonna accomplish much this game. I mean, it will be available soon again, so... But in case you don't know, like, if GA is on cooldown and you go for a next fight, rather sell it. He looks for a pick here early, but before the objective spawns. The set is caught here since he shouldn't be here this early, especially if he doesn't have information. What the hell was that? That looked so weird. Now the set is basically just stalling for time, but if the enemy can't take Nashor fast enough, it will not make a difference. And since I was already there, Kallista's being caught for no reason, has no business being there alone up there. And yeah, now the typical things happen again. So, will they be able to go for this Nashor now? Will they flip this? Because if Veigar approaches this again from behind with a beautiful cage, it gets very difficult, even though he has QSS. Pops the second ability, goes forward again. Look at the speed buff from the low HP bar. The sleep also connects and the enemy formation is broken again. This is what I mean. If the enemy Veigar literally sits on top the entirety of the time, it gets so much easier, but it just never happens. And it's like a beautiful instant punish. Instant reaction, not even negotiating, just going in, tanking the tower here to utilize the GA. The game even got closer as it should have been. And yeah, it's just absurd. Oh my god, you just can't make this shit up, can you? But it's so important that in games, in like the solo queue games, you understand formation, how to position, why to do it, and how you generally want to position yourself that you can deny the enemy's form of engage. Like while watching these clips, nice sidestep, DD popping off, you saw the DD here, the DD is carrying this entire fight. Without DD he would have been dead already. Absolute demon king. It's just important that, for example, if you have an enemy champion that only can go in, why would you break formation and for what reason? How do you need to position? And considering how they want to play, how can you play? Because if the only way for the enemy to play is go in, why are you not playing in a way to completely punish them the moment they go in? Because Warwick can't just, like, he has to... Ooh, look at the nice chase down here. I like that he did the clips here. Looks very cool. Death Stance popping off again. What? Okay, that's cooked. That is cooked. And yeah, with that, we're at the end of this video. Now we're gonna see some more funny builds here for different roles. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, come back for more RiftGuides content. And as per usual, enjoy your day on the Rift. Goodbye.